Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence, and today I want to talk a little bit about these videos, in particular what's the point of them, what am I trying to do with them, what am I trying to say, etc, and kind of amalgamate 130 odd of these videos in a month and a half into one. Just easy, just too long, didn't read it, here's the shortened version. Basically, I want to try and encourage you to go out there and start whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever your dreams are, whatever your aspirations are, right? And you've got this sort of idea that they can come, but I need all my ducks in a certain order in order to actually get that done, in order to begin the process of elevating to my ideal level. I would challenge that by saying you don't have to get to that point, and you will never get to your dream if you never start walking. I can't teach you how to walk, but I can teach you how to sort of maintain a pace, right? That's essentially the idea here. I can't help you with the beginning stages of it. I can't help you with, the spark that gives you the drive to do what it is that you want to do. But you've already got the drive and you're trying certain things and things aren't working. You feel like you need to change a course. That's the sort of thing I can help with in terms of trying things and experimenting with your life in general and what you're doing and so forth and so on in order to achieve your aspirations. Because whatever your aspiration is, the road to it is a long, arduous and complex journey that must be undertaken by yourself and only yourself. Only you can get yourself to these places. No one else is going to be able to. I mean, other people can sort of point over there and be like, maybe you should go get that bucket of gold before you carry on walking. You know, you might have missed a bucket of gold. Someone could point it out and go, there's a bucket of gold over there. You could get that and scrap it. Sell it to cash converters or something, you get a bargain. Or you probably actually take it to the Bank of England, actually, preferably, if it's a bucket size. But anyway, you could, that's how I think other people can help. Because there's all these self-improvement YouTubers and, motivational speakers out there. And, you find those ones of the sad violin music under them with little drawings. That what's that channel that does all those little drawings with like speeches by Alan Watts and all that sort of stuff, and you watch them and you get a big sort of splash of inspiration to be like this better person that isn't you. It's this ideal version of you that you're going to begin now. The new phase of your life is constantly starting, and then after a certain amount of time that kind of dissipates and you return to your normal baseline of unproductive and sleepy, bit depressed, etc, and you no longer have that motivation. But it's about, once you can get up to that point that you got after watching that fucking Alan Watts video, whatever it was, right? You want to get to that point and flatline at that point. So that becomes your new baseline in order to continue to develop and continue to grow, continue to expand your knowledge and your experiences in this world, right? And once you've got that, once you've got a collection of experiences, once you've got, a long list of experiments, some that have worked, some that haven't, some that you've got like inconclusive data on, that's when you can begin your life, essentially, is the idea. But I don't think you need to actually put all the ducks in an order in order to begin your life. I think your life is the process of putting said ducks in said row and said order. Because you might put this brown duck over here and you might sort of think, actually no, that doesn't work there, shift it over to the left, right? Or actually there's a swan over here, get that out, right? So you're constantly trying to fix everything and put the puzzle together of you and who you are, figure out who you are amongst this general greater world, right? And that's kind of what these videos are, is me doing that for myself. I certainly don't preach everything, I don't practice everything that I preach. I try to, but like I say plenty of stuff that I don't actually action in my own life. But that's not to say that I don't believe it wholeheartedly to be true and that's the way that it should be, that's the way I should think, that's the way that I would encourage others to think. And I'm not saying you should think like this, I'm saying I would encourage you to think like this. But only you can decide what's best for yourself. If my advice and my encouragement and my motivation isn't working for you, then there are millions of other self-improvement people. Oh God, I've just said I'm a self-improvement person. There's millions of other bloody YouTubers all out there with their own fucking ideologies and their own things that can resonate with you, that can make you feel like you and them have some kind of, not connection, but you're on a similar journey, and that can help you, because it's like seeing a mirror of a version of you that's trying. And if you can just begin the process of trying rather than listing out and planning and getting bogged down in details that are irrelevant at this stage, then you will be on a good path. Because say you want to, I don't know, get into the music industry, right? There's so many paths into doing that. You could start working in a record shop, you could start trying to get like jobs as like a studio mixer, like assistant, whatever, and shadow someone for a while. You could just release loads and loads and loads and loads of music, like what I'm doing. You could form a band and play small gigs and small open mics and small venues in your local area. There's so many ways that you could do that, and you might try your hand at little things and figure out what works for you, what doesn't. But you need to keep trying, otherwise you're never going to get in the music industry. You'll never get in any fucking industry because you won't be doing anything. You'll just be constantly aspiring and dreaming and wishing to be somewhere where you're not, anywhere but here. But you'll never get there if you don't begin. And it's better to begin running and then fall flat on your face and trip over a few hazards, right, and get a few bruises, right, and then get to your destination bloody and battered, than it is to just like call an Uber and get the Uber to your destination. I don't know what that is. That's probably like winning the lottery in this example, or like getting, I don't know, inheritance, or like, you know, you're a trust fund baby or whatever. Like I don't know. The point is that you need to begin, you need to fail a few times, and you need to keep trying. You need to have that awkward development phase in order to be developed. Because everyone at some point, the wisest man you know was at one point a really cringy little kid with some really shit opinions and some really shit ideas, right? But they developed and they outlined themselves and figured out who they are in a grander context, and that allowed the person that you might aspire to be, the person you might be inspired by or that you look up to, that's what made them who they are today. Right? So if you can just do that, not give a fuck about what any other bloody person has to say, or take, you know, instructions from anybody else that tells you, do it like this, do this and this and this and this and this and this, follow this exact roadmap that I've laid out and you can pay for in order to become successful in life. Right? Because it's not going to happen. There's a reason that they're commodifying and selling these courses that try and get you onto, like, you know, some business thing, or to try and make you better in some various way, and they charge you a load of money for it. Because the idea isn't to get you successful, it's to keep you dreaming, it's to keep you constantly aspiring to be this thing. That way, because you notice how they all pay monthly, right? That's why they pay monthly, because they don't want you to be successful. They want you to keep paying them, right? That's why I do these videos for free. I mean, you can pay for a membership and you get like a couple extra videos, but it's not like anything important. You're not missing anything really. You know, you get basically everything you want here, right? And I will continue to preach this message that you should just begin, and it's better to begin and to fail in reality than it is to never fail and to never succeed either. It's important to just keep trying and keep being yourself and keep using the fact that you are a unique individual, to your advantage, because nobody else is like you. Absolutely nobody else out there is like you. You're one of a kind. And even though they might say, you know, like the whole thing of like, if you're 1 in a million, that means there's 7,000 people like you, and 1.5 thousand of them are in China, another 1.5 thousand are in India, right? Doesn't matter. You're not going to meet the 1.5 thousand Chinese versions of you. You're just you. So just go out there, be you. Everybody else out there has never met a version of you, right? So they'll be a little bit like, oh, this is a person that I can get a bit of a bond with, I can get something going, a connection going. Form connections with the people around you. Continue to develop those connections and get some deeper meaning between yourself and others, because we are a social species. That's why there's fucking buildings here. That's why there's people walking up and down the shop. That's why there's other entities out here. We all don't just live in like a house on a hill in the middle of nowhere, right? Because we are a social species. Even if you're an introvert, right? You still want to talk to people at some point. You might just get into that situation, be in the conversation, be like, oh, I kind of want to go. And part of that is because you've got a higher standard for what counts as a true social interaction, like a truly fulfilling one. I mean, at least for me, I'd consider myself an introvert, and that's how I see it, right? I don't think other people consider me an introvert, but then it's not their opinion that matters, it's mine. And with you, It's your opinion on yourself that matters. You're much more correct than you think you are, okay? And you're much more true, and you're much more real, and you're much more down to earth than you think you are. And there's a lot of times when, you know, your own mind can kind of play itself against you. And that's kind of why I'm making these videos, is to try and help clear out the noise, try and bring it back down to the basics, and help inspire you to slowly progress upwards. Even if you're just doing a bit of that, even if you're just slowly, like, what's that, about a 10-degree angle? You know, obviously you want to be going at like an 80-degree angle, something like that, right? But that might not happen, okay? I mean, what's the whole thing? The rabbit and the hare, right? The hare's sprinting along. No, sorry, the hare's sprinting along, and the tortoise is like walking along, like really slowly, right? But it doesn't stop. It's persistent, it's endurance, right? But that hare keeps stopping for a break or to take the piss, right? So take that lesson, be the tortoise, right? Get to your destination, and you'll be doing all right for yourself. That's the general idea of these videos, and that's what I want to keep saying to you, and I'm going to keep packaging it in different contexts and different forms, because it's clearly a message that resonates with people, and it's nice to have something that's akin to motivational, inspirational sort of stuff without all the clutter and the noise that comes from the general self-improvement sphere on YouTube at the moment. And part of me worries actually that now I'm monetized and I have money technically behind me, that my own opinions aren't as pure anymore. Obviously they are to me, but from your point of view as an audience, I'm now someone with money behind me, which means that I'm not necessarily completely 100% trustworthy, and obviously you shouldn't be trusting me fully anyway, but you know, it's that kind of thing. Like, at some point I'm probably going to end up taking sponsorships for products that I think are all right? And at some point, you know, I'm going to monetize this channel in various forms, because at the end of the day, I like money the same way anyone else likes money. But, you know, it would still be the real me behind all of that. And I want to try and keep as much of that at the forefront as possible, so that it's clear to you, the audience, that you can do this too. You don't necessarily have to make bloody motivational speaking videos in the middle of fucking town, but you can still go out there and do something weird, do something that's you, and just begin the process of developing yourself, rather than putting all your ducks in a row and getting like everything right before you begin, because that's not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. That's like trying to sail the ocean blue before you've built a ship. It's not going to make it doesn't make any sense. You're just going to drown, okay? So I hope that's made some modicum of sense. It was a bit of an all over the place sort of thing, but that's kind of different aspects of that are kind of what these videos are all about. So if you've liked one part of this video, there's probably like 10 videos on that topic. If you liked another part, it's probably 10 videos on that topic. I've also got videos about cities and urban development and London and stuff like that that are pretty like neat. There's stuff about my movie, Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. I do videos about like updates on that and stuff. Do music as well. I'm just self-advertising at this point. So, you know, if you there's this little Chrome add-on, right, that lets you skip sponsorships. This isn't a sponsorship, but I wonder if like someone's going to put the little skip bit there. You know, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe it's just me that uses it. But then it seems to work all the time. It's based on the community, so I imagine quite a few people are using it. I can't remember what it's called. If you remember what it's called, put it in the comments. And yeah, that's basically the video, pretty much. I'm kind of this is the sort of end of the ramble, and there's an airplane going overhead. It's a really fast fucking airplane, actually, Jesus Christ. But it's only a passenger Boeing like 727 or something like that. So yeah, all right, that's going to be the video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of the day. If you're sad, then I hope you get better soon. If you're happy, then I'm really happy for you. Yeah. Hope you get something out of these videos. There's plenty more of them. I do 2 a day for now. In the new year, 2025, I'm going to drop it down to 1 video a day. But for now, I'm doing 2 videos a day. So there's plenty of stuff and there's plenty of backlog. So go have a look. See if you find anything that suits you. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.